Hey, somebody's hype this evening or this morning or this afternoon, wherever or whenever you're watching. Welcome to 11:55 Fear the Hive.
Fear the Hive.
Glad to, wow. Was that a sound effect or did you like do that with your mic?
I did that.
Did you practice that? Because that was a little bit, high quality.
No.
Okay, all right.
I told you I'm trying to step it up. Welcome, ladies, to the quiet storm. I'll be your DJ for tonight. DJ Sexual Chocolate.
Clearly, I did not know that there was a DJ in the house, but it was DJ Dom in the house with the stunners on and etc. I'm the other guy in the room, Steve. Glad to have you guys here.
Welcome to 2024.
Dude, 20.
I know. It's so crazy to say.
We're gonna hop right in because I gotta ask you.
All right, what's up?
Were you like me? Did you look at the clock and be like, or I could just wake up in 2024?
A lot like that. Essentially, what happened for me was, I think I was watching Scorpion, one of the shows I watched, and as the years go on, the whole New Year's thing it's not that it's less important. It's just like, well, I got to get up tomorrow anyway, so
it's gonna be New Year's. It's gonna be New Year's Day all day tomorrow. No matter what time I start New Year's Day, it's gonna be New Year's Day. It's all good. Matter of fact, it's New Year's Day somewhere already. So why am I staying up until midnight? Bruh, I was so tired.
Look, I was scrolling through Amazon seeing if there was any deal. They had like any New Year's deals or something.
Dude, oh my gosh. All right, so funny story. So earlier in the day, I set my kids down. All right, what are you thankful for this past year? What are your goals? What do you want your birthday to be? What events you want to do? And what books do you want us to read? Because we're going to start like a family book club. We were talking about all that good stuff. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out. The idea of buying 5 books, and maybe I just need to get a library card. The idea of buying 5 books for all of us to read, they just don't seem right. Maybe 2 books and we rotate when we read them.
True.
But we did all that, and then at the night we was gonna pray in 2024. We did that, and as soon as the clock struck 12, I was like, "How fast can I get in the bed?"
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like my wife woke up a few minutes after and was like, "Oh, you didn't wake me up to say Happy New Year." And I was like, "Happy New Year." Went back to my show.
Dude, kids wanted the party. Oh, it's party time. I was like, I don't care what you do as long as you're alive when I wake up in the morning. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you eat. I don't care what time you go to bed. As long as you know that tomorrow morning we're watching the New Year's Day Rose Bowl Parade.
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching My Fair Lady.
Wait, what is My Fair Lady?
My Fair Lady. Audrey Hepburn, My Fair Lady?
So I've heard the name Audrey Hepburn before. I couldn't pick her out of lineup.
Okay. All right. So there are a couple things that I like to watch that are really, really old. And My Fair Lady is one of them, right? Audrey Hepburn she's one of the original It girls, right? One of the original, It actresses. And so she's got this movie called My Fair Lady, and it's a very good movie. She's the protagonist of the movie, and she's poor, and she speaks broken English and etc. And somebody takes her in and teaches her English, and it's supposed to change her station in life, and it chronicles all that. It's actually very funny if you like English at all,
right?
And if you like older movies. I think My Fair Lady was I want to say in the 60s.
1964, October 21st.
Boom. Matter of fact, until recently, I'd only seen it in black and white. That's all the movie is.
You're better than me because I'm not watching a movie in black and white.
And it's 3 hours long with an intermission.
So, well, I have read the book that this was based on, the stage play called Pygmalion, which everybody
look at that.
It was based on Pygmalion. So if your school district was worth its salt, you read this book in high school.
My school district was not, because I didn't know it was based off of a book. Did not know it was based off of a book at all.
I mean, Wikipedia knows a lot. Wikipedia knows all. Well, the other thing about 2024, like I said, welcome. Um, so did you guys set any New Year's resolutions, or is that even a thing anymore? Like,
Okay, so kinda, right?
okay.
So when we sit down New Year's Eve. I made breakfast like I normally do. Dad breakfast, dad breakfast be popping, right? Dad
Okay.
breakfast be
Wait,
popping.
wait, wait. What's in dad breakfast?
It depends on how dad feels and depends on what's in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
If I ain't got to go get nothing and everything is there, it could be everything from homemade biscuits with bacon and grits
Mm.
and sausage and eggs. If I'm feeling real good when we got everything, it'd be eggs any way you want it, right? When I say any way you want it, like my wife likes a fried egg, right? My daughter likes egg whites. My son likes runny eggs. And my other son likes cheesy eggs. So I got to make
Any
four
way
different
you
kinds of
want it,
eggs, right?
that's the way you get.
It's dope.
Any way you want.
Shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it might end up being freaking polenta and waffles and boudin.
That's kind of creepy. Like my mother-in-law, she's walking in, and like
Uh-huh.
I think the first time I saw it, almost scared the crap out of me because I'm like, why is
You
my
got ghosts in your house?
yeah.
I see dead people.
Well, so okay, my
I see
daughter
a
has
lot of
this thing
people.
when we first moved in. She has this thing where she wants me to close her what's the thing, closet door,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Daddy, there's monsters in the house." I was like, "No, there's not." She's like, "How do you know?" I said, "Because they don't pay their part of the rent."
First of all, that's flawed logic, and I'm gonna tell you why.
How is that flawed logic? Please.
Tell you why. Monsters never pay their part of the rent. That's a part of being a monster. So the fact that they're not paying is not it's not reason to believe they're not there. Okay, your daughter's
No,
right on that one.
no, they're not in my house because they don't pay their part of the rent. They pay
Uh,
their part of the rent. You know what? Do what you want. Hey, yes, there's this monster that lives in this house because he pays his part of
mm-mm,
the rent.
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I think your bargain is short sighted on that one, buddy. But okay, I'll feel you. I'll feel you. But no, yeah, no, that was kind of creepy. I was looking at it, going, "Ooh, mm. I
The
was going
power of
somewhere with
Christ
this.
compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Stop the madness, dude. Yeah, so many stories. So many stories. We're gonna say that for another time, because
All right.
we'll save it for another time. New Year's resolutions. Not kind
Mhm.
of like what would you do better this year? It's one of the things we got actual pencils and paper and we had to write those things down. And I
Okay.
took pictures of it and I'm gonna transcribe them and all that good stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
print them out for my kids so they can have it like on their in their room and stuff.
Mhm.
Just to kind of set the tone. You can have a slightly different year. You can do things differently. You can have goals, and we can together as a family help you reach your goals and help you
Right.
be accountable to the things that you say you want to do. So we kind of had kind of sort of. What about you? Did you got any resolutions, things you gonna stop doing, things you gonna start doing?
Nah. Essentially, nah. It's just overall, just get better. In whatever aspect it is that I'm putting a lot of effort into. And honestly, I will have to say my vacation really rejuvenated me because I was super, super burnt out at work
Yeah,
over
yeah,
this
yeah.
past year. Like things weren't going exactly the way that I planned.
Mm,
And then because of that and some other people's decisions that's outside of my control, you know, and slight misunderstandings here and there, it was just like, look, well, this project to me isn't where it needs to be because I'm getting, I'm getting confused. I'm getting pulled apart. I don't know what anybody's trying to accomplish. Like I thought we had a plan, and when a person tries to implement that plan, you got all these extra things that go with it. I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense. So,
mm,
so long story short, this, like I said, this vacation was exactly what I needed. I was able to get some stuff done. Finally push through and get through one major project at work. I got another
mm-hmm.
one coming, and I already have that pretty much worked out. So it's on cruise control. Look, I'm ready to take 2024,
That
but
man said I went on vacation. I came back ready to do the thing.
yeah, it's like, hey man, let's blow the doors off of this thing. Let's go as hard as we can, go as fast as we can, do what we need to do so we all can get paid. That's really all. It's really that simple to me.
Hey, I feel you, man. Hey, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Really that simple.
You want to hear something funny?
What's that?
In Texas, they take New Year's Eve and New Year's Day really differently.
Okay. Defined really differently.
So my cousin lives not too far from here, and she had to call the cops because they was blowing a tuba at 2 a.m. She's like,
So
"Hey, this is Black Karen again. You know those people with the tuba? They're doing it again. I need for y'all to come out."
doing that thing with the tuba again.
Not only that, okay. So I know everybody shoots fireworks
I thought you were
for.
going to say they were shooting guns or something.
Yo, I was watching this. I was watching. I don't normally watch the 6 o'clock. No, I don't normally watch the 6 o'clock news. But my wife was watching the 6 o'clock news, and one of the segments was, "Don't shoot guns in the air. It is illegal." Then they proceeded to bring 2 or 3 people over the last 2 years that got struck by bullets that were falling down.
What the question? How extensive were the injuries?
One went through his shoulder. Like he was driving. It went through his roof and his shoulder. I was like, yo. But yo, okay, that's the crazy part. That's one of the crazy parts, but that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is the fireworks, right? There's certain things that you don't really have an appreciation for until you move off of the East Coast. I thought I had an appreciation for fireworks until last night.
Okay.
Let me explain. After we finished praying in the new year, you're happy, we grabbing each other, hugging, and they've been doing fireworks for 4 hours leading up. Everywhere. Look, and funny part is, every community around my community has them signs up, fireworks prohibit, nobody cares. Right. So we walk outside to see the fireworks. Can I tell you, there were so many fireworks that, you know how you walk, you ever been in a burning building?
No, not.
Or near a burning building? Or you ever paint your car in the garage and you forgot and you walk in the garage like,
no, unfortunately we don't have enough space for
you ever been downtown Charlotte for the 4th of July fireworks?
At BB&T Stadium.
Yeah, you were actually there in the stadium? You know, when they do the real big fireworks, there's kind of like some smoke, and it's kind of it's kind of heavy smoke, right? And you expect that at a commercial fireworks event, right?
Right.
I walked out of my front door, and the entire atmosphere was fireworks smoke. Dude, there was so much fire, so many fireworks going. Me and my wife and my son, my Silas and Sydney, we got in the car and we drove to a parking lot where the park is, and we sat in my car and we just watched the horizon for freaking 15 minutes.
Where was the oldest one?
Streaming. He was mad. He was mad because we had to do like New Year's Eve stuff, like. And as soon as he went to hop on the stream, and then we got back, he was like, "Where'd y'all go?" I was like, "Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You go kick rocks." A little bit for 15 minutes. I let them sit out of the window to watch, because the entire horizon, 360, it was fireworks for 15 straight minutes.
That's awesome.
And no, it's not, dude.
What?
Okay. I was driving back. I didn't even put that in the show notes. Talk about my drive back, because me and Budget freaking.
Oh, that's right. You did have to
rentals,
go to Atlanta.
We got beef.
Nice.
So I'm gonna tell you that in a minute.
Okay.
Dude, they say they have artillery shell, freaking whatchamacallit. And clearly everybody in Texas got money because everybody had them. You know, the ones that pop off one after another, right? Yeah. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking the ones that go and it's a small and then a big one and a small one.
Oh, okay. No,
I counted. I didn't count, but if I'm estimating, I saw maybe 70 of them.
Nice.
70. I'm like, I know how much they cost. Where y'all getting all this money? I don't understand. I don't understand.
What is it saying? They do everything bigger in Texas? Everything's bigger in Texas?
Yeah, doggone right they do. And it was crazy, man. I was like, because I walked outside, I was like, is there a fire out here? So yes, it was. They're exploding.
Yes.
Ordinances in the air.
Yes.
So, God, it was crazy.
That's awesome though. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna have to slide out there one year.
Oh no, no! Next year when I have money, they got fireworks on every corner, dude. If I'd have had some money, yes,
Okay.
yes. Next year we gonna find us a place and we gonna make it. Dude, did I tell you? Did I tell you about my dynamite story?
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get dynamite?
No. Okay. So, 5 years ago,
Uh huh.
5 years ago, I was hanging out with my man Dondre and Renee. They're really good friends.
Dondre and Renee.
From a really long time ago, right?
Okay.
So they do fireworks, and this was like our third year doing it with them, and he wanted to take it up a notch. I was like, all right, let me slide. I'm gonna slide you 50. He was like, all right, appreciate it, because I want to chip in, right?
Yeah.
This dude bought like $500 worth of fireworks. That's not what it is. He bought his man's. His man's was able to secure a fourth of a stick of dynamite for the finale. All right. Oh, we was popping those fireworks, right? It was like I said, he bought like $500 worth of fireworks, right? And he bought them that day, so it was probably $700 worth of fireworks. It was going. People were coming by, they were stopping, were looking. All right, my man's homeboy goes 50 yards into a field, and he said, "All right, this is the finale." We was like, "All right." He's like, "I got some dynamite." We was like, "Oh, cool." This dude lit, and he ran, and it was at that moment I knew we messed up. I was like, "Why is he running?" And it's a regular firework. You just walk away. No. That TNT exploded, bruh.
This man went to. Well, did it have Acme on it?
No, it was Wiley. It was on the fourth. They had AC on it. Okay, it didn't have that in it. It was on the fourth. Yo, that time it was like,
you know what?
All the kids started crying. My wife started running. It was crazy. And
you know what?
What they're gonna tell you is, they're firecrackers, there's fireworks, and then there's dynamite. Dynamite ain't nothing to fool with. Like, yo, if somebody threw that at me, I'd be like, you don't know the Lord because you would never throw this at someone.
But I mean, okay, you know what? Okay, so you got a dynamite story. Now I got to go get C4. Jesus. All right. Now I got to find a way to secure it.
Yo, here's the crazy part. If dynamite's that powerful, I don't ever in my life want to be anywhere near C4. Because I promise you, it was this big. It was a fourth of a stick of dynamite. And I swear to God, if it were underneath the car, it would have blown the car in the air and flipped it on its. He'd been like Puffy.
Oof, nah, I can't get with that.
It was absolutely terrifying. And I don't have any compulsion saying that. It was absolutely terrifying. I was like, and that was the last year we did fireworks. I was like, that's okay. No, thank you. Look, consequently, that was the year J.C. Pierre-Paul had his freaking hand blown off with a firework. Yeah. And I was like, I like my hands. I like my phalanges. I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No.
You know, when you said J.C. Pierre-Paul, I don't know why my mind went to Plaxico Burress, but
okay, I could make a joke. I'm not gonna do that though. That'd be mean. I mean, they both blew holes in themselves, but they both left different than when they came. So it's all good. So it's all good.
Well, at least one person was a legit accident, another one was a guy just being stupid, but whatever.
Which one was rich?
Okay, well, Plaxico Burress cheddar bobbed himself, so whatever.
He just tried to assassinate himself. I don't understand. Oh my God! But yeah, no, that was New Year's. New Year's was good. I enjoyed New Year's. I enjoyed New Year's Day. I enjoy hanging with my kids and all that good stuff. It's really good. It's really good. True. What's the story, bro? Okay. You want to get to Chappelle now or later? Because
I watched that. Wait, was it last night or the night before last? And I was rolling.
Yeah, okay. So I feel bad now. You were rolling.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
like
It has,
rolling, like close the rolling, or like this is funny rolling. Like,
this is funny rolling. I
okay,
mean,
not like rolling, but like, okay, this is, yeah, okay.
yeah, it was like, okay, it wasn't like some of his, some of his other stuff. And
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, and Chappelle is a great storyteller, and he is a great comedian. And I would have to say, it was worth the watch. But there were, like, let's say, out of 100%, it was about 65 ish, maybe 70% funny. The rest of it was
Oh,
like, yeah, okay, all right, whatever.
so, okay. Let me tell you this. I saw Chappelle live in June of last year. So the set that he did for Netflix is almost essentially the same set that I saw live, right?
Which makes sense because that's probably about the time that he was taping that. Yes,
The live set was so much different than the set that's for Netflix. I'm thinking to myself, they recorded the wrong one, right? Because he wanted to do it in DC, he wanted to do it at that facility and whatnot. But that was not the set. Like, when I saw it live, we was rolling. He used some different words.
Yeah.
He used some slightly different intonations and turn of phrase, and he was a little looser with it, right?
Yeah.
This is when he was a little bit more buttoned up, and I think that really kind of hindered the presentation of it. It was still funny, but it wasn't like the clothes are funny. Let's be really honest about it. But even it wasn't as funny as the live one. I was watching it.
So it was painted for you because you actually saw the live one. It's kind of like, everybody rushing to the theater to go see that Beyonce concert. The ones that went to the concert and then going to go see it.
I still have not seen it.
I'm not going to pay for it.
Well, it's got to come to Netflix, right? It's got to come to Netflix right after the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna watch it then. So
I'm not paying. Yeah, I'm not paying.
I was going to pay for it. I just, it didn't. My schedule wouldn't align with it.
Beyonce has more than enough money that she can do without my, $13.50.
Wait, dude. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Before we go down this rabbit hole, because I'll tell you what I learned driving freaking 13 hours, freaking U-Haul that was governor limited at 75.
Well, you didn't want the. Come on, man. They're trying to protect their assets. They weren't going to let you go to 80.
I bought the insurance. I bought all the insurance. I spent
$400 insurance from them that governs their vehicles.
Yeah, I bought $400 worth of insurance, and they've got that insurance. That thing double insured. I want to hear it. They could have told me that. I'd have done something different. 75, dude. I got to 74, and I hit the gas, and it didn't do nothing. No RPMs. Like, it just. You ever tried to drive on a highway doing 74?
I think you lived in Texas for not too long.
How you figure that?
I'm pretty sure. What is the speed limit on the nearest highway to over there?
You look at the speed limit?
Yeah, okay. Therein lies the problem.
Wait a minute. So you actually let me be responsible.
You're right. I have not actually looked at a speed limit sign because my car has it sees it and puts it there. So that's the most time that I see it. I rarely see it on the highway.
That's not the question. The question is, you see this speed recommendation and go, yeah, I guess you're right.
No.
All right, then. Do we on the same page?
Allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly about it. I'm telling you right now.
No, I do not.
I've paid so many lawyers that I'm here to tell you, no.
Allegedly.
No. It's a recommendation for how fast you should drive to be safe on this interstate, right?
Correct.
It's a recommendation. And I'm fine with that. As long as they know that sometimes it's wrong.
Sometimes it's wrong. True.
Sometimes it's wrong.
If the flow of traffic is going, 80, 85, I mean, I'm not going to not go that fast.
I mean, if the flow of traffic is going 80, 85, I got to drive like 90. You want to be behind me? Oh no. Anyhow. Yeah, no, the Dave joint. I know people like, oh my God, it was funny. I'm like, yeah, it was funny.
I'll put it like this. It wasn't the funniest thing. I forget which one of his three that he came out with, like, almost in succession was funnier, but one of those it was absolute.
Yeah,
It was great.
He's got a bunch funnier and funnier jokes in that.
But I will say, like his delivery of a lot of jokes were just, you're like, all right, so how is he gonna spin this one? And he does deliver on certain ones, and you're like, dang it, he does it again.
Yeah, you could tell he was trying to make a point.
Yes.
He's trying to make a point in other ones as well, but he was more so in this one, like he was blatantly trying to make these points, right?
Oh yes.
Like, and people, I've heard people online say, "Well, he's got a problem with the LGBT community." Yeah, he does. I'm gonna tell you why he does.
Right.
If you actually listen to him, he tells you why he does.
Absolutely.
He told us all why he has a problem with that community. Beyond the whole, white men, black person, struggle rights Olympics and whatnot. The way that community treated his trans friend when his trans friend stood up for him and caused her to commit suicide is the reason why he has beef. If y'all would actually listen, if you were like, freaking sympathetic to his love, his clear affection for his trans friend, well then, you wouldn't be so shocked.
Yeah. Well, anybody that says anything that they don't like, they just, regardless of if that person's right or not, or if they actually listen to the person, as soon as they hear that, they're like, oh, we got a new victim.
Dude, I hate the two words. There are a few words that I hate, right? Transphobic, homophobic. And what's the new one? The Jews use it a lot. The Zionist Jews. Not all the Jews. This is Zionist ones. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was supposed to look it up earlier. It's
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that one right there. It's
yeah.
That's another rabbit hole for another day. But at any rate, this one, it's okay. It's all right. I've experienced better.
Yeah, it was late at night. I needed a good laugh, and I saw that it came out, and I was like, "Oh shoot! All right, cool, let's do it." And it gave me what I needed. But I mean, yes, it was, right on par with usually, the usual Dave Chappelle, using storytelling to make a point as well, throwing in jokes in there to make it easier to swallow. And it was right on par essentially, but it was ranking in the last 4 of his comedy specials. Yeah, this probably wasn't the funniest. It's more of, like I said, him just
in the last 5. For me, it's 5.
Okay,
it is the 5th out of 5. Right, and this is from someone who's seen all of the recent 5, and even the 6th one, Kill Him Softly. Yeah. I've seen them no less than 30 times.
Right,
no
less than 30 times. I used to recite.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, and I do like the difference from when he was telling jokes back then to now. And you're just like, wow, this dude.
Yeah, it's a skill. Writing it and delivering it is a skill.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, I saw him. I saw Trevor Noah's one.
I still my
God!
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Along with, did you realize? Okay, back in the day, and this is definitely a side note. Back in the day, you watched the the original X-Men, right?
Of course, X-Men. Yeah, 97. Yes.
Okay. So, how many seasons did they have?
4.
I found out it's 5. So, I didn't realize that I've only seen the first season mixed with some episodes sprinkled here and there. And so I went onto Disney Plus and saw that, yes, they have all 5 seasons, which I was dumbfounded because I was like, I have not seen all of them. So you know what? Then I'm going on a X-Men cartoon binge.
Okay. So I said 4 as a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was watching, it was Saturday morning cartoons,
right?
And we call it X-Men 97, but I think 97 was probably, the last year they actually had it as a cartoon.
Yes.
So
And that's actually the name of the new one that's going to pick up right where the
mhm.
old one left off.
Yeah.
When they have it come out. But yeah, I did not realize that they had so many seasons. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I knew they had so many.
oh
Well,
my gosh.
I'm older than you, so like it was a part of the Saturday morning. It was matter of fact, it was on. It was on after like Pinky and the Brain. It was on
On the
before.
WB.
Yeah, it was on before Ahmad Rashad and what you call it with the sports show. I forget what it's called. I'm gonna have to look that up.
On the WB with the
And
frog in
so
there.
no, it went on the WB.
Yeah.
It was on something.
X-Men had to be on the WB. It was either that or
Mm,
for my generation, it was Fox Kids.
yeah, it went on the WB because I don't even think we had WB back then. Not in 90, not in 95, 96, maybe 97, maybe.
Mm.
But I don't know. And the X-Men went. But it did have a bunch of seasons. I remember it. Like there's certain things that you remember that you, and that's why it's so beloved because everybody that's my age, that's over at Marvel, really want this to happen.
Yeah.
But it's very complicated because X-Men ain't like the Avengers. Like it's a lot of CG happening with that stuff.
One thing I love about X-Men that some people don't know, at least the kids nowadays, X-Men was written in the time that segregation was going on, and that's what the mutants and the non-mutants. That's what the whole thing was about. Essentially, segregation and being black in America, which is a very, very powerful message.
Yeah. They say what Professor X was Martin and Malcolm was Magneto.
Yep.
As archetypes for their characters. So,
oh yes,
yeah, definitely. Oh, while we here in Marvel land, Coleman Domingo might save Kang the Conqueror.
Explain.
Okay, so there's this dude called Coleman Domingo. This dude is clearly a very good actor. Okay. Now he's in the movie. He's got a movie out currently that I think he's nominated for a Golden Globe for. He's been nominated before for Golden Globes, and but he's an actor. Like the guy can act, right? Mm-hmm. Now he don't look like Jonathan Majors. Like this is gonna be a recast, but he's an actor, and he's like he could be a villain. Right. And matter of fact, he might even be a better villain than Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors can act, but Jonathan Majors ain't menacing. Right.
Yep.
Right. He acts menacing.
I think the way that he was portraying Kang, it was building up to him being menacing. Even though in Ant-Man and the Wasp, if Ant-Man can take you down, how menacing are you? But
yeah, but he don't even when I watched Creed 3, he was supposed to be a bad guy in Creed 3. He made me believe that he was a bad guy, but only because he's a really good actor, not because he looks menacing. It's like, I'll put it like this. Denzel in Training Day was menacing, right? But he wasn't because he was menacing, it's because he was a really good actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he ain't menacing, not like Wesley Snipes is menacing, right?
Oh,
and
it ain't gonna do this to me.
And it ain't about the colorism, but
all right. I'm putting cases on all you.
Cases all you.
I'm gonna play on Pelican
Day. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's Domingo. He can be menacing. Okay. Like he can pull it off, and hopefully they will roll with. I think they're really too deep into Kang to not do it. And even watching the What Ifs, did you see the What Ifs?
No, I have not seen them, but I'm waiting for my kids to go to sleep so that I can watch all of that, so I can understand, process, and yes,
I didn't think that they would be able to do it again. I didn't think that they were going to be able to tie these stories in together again. Mm-hmm. They had one mishap, in my opinion, but pardon me, even beyond that, they actually did it. And the finale of this What If is doper than the finale of the last What If.
Okay. Yeah,
it's doper, and I'm not gonna give it away, but like if they can recast Jonathan Majors and Kang the Conqueror, they should.
So that means they're continuing with the whole arc of him, correct?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they would.
Because you wouldn't. Because so the other thing that I heard of was because I think it was just right after his sentencing or whatever that they were not going to necessarily recast him, but essentially figure out a way to write him off.
Yeah, but you can't write him off. I think without having an abrupt switch towards Doctor Doom, which they're not ready for right now.
Yeah, and
can't write him off.
That was what was proposed. It's like, all right, well, let's just fast forward and let's say like, I think in the next whatever the next movie's up, kind of just say, hey, Doctor Doom comes in, hey, Jonathan,
that's a DC thing to do, and they're not DC.
They better not.
But yeah, I'm hoping that he gets an opportunity to do that, because I really would like to see that storyline completed. You know what I mean? Like we've spent too much emotional and time capital into Kang the Conqueror for Kang to not, do Kang stuff. You know what I mean?
It's easy to do because essentially, you have the Council of Kang, so you have basically you just pivot to a different variation of and say that's a different variation of Kang, and kind of not necessarily bait and switch, but it's
you could just do a wholesale recast. Like we will accept that if the story's good.
Yeah. As long as the story's good, it's.
I mean, if we were ready to accept Don Cheadle as Rhodey, like we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I do want them to revisit that and kind of somehow find a place in the MCU for Terrence Howard.
You want to bring Hustle and Flow back? Come on, man.
But I just want, because I want that awkward moment where they meet each other and there's like, hey, and just walk and just acknowledge it and just move on. It's like, okay, all right,
dude. But yeah, no, that would be really, really, really cool. Dude, I don't know. I really want to. There's so many things I want to talk about. We only got an hour for this, right?
Yeah.
And so the question is, you want to talk about Washcloths, Cybertruck, or lose kids?
I'm interested in this washcloth. Like I was looking at it, I was like, what? Okay, this should be interesting.
Okay. Full disclaimer. Nah, freak that. Tom Segura on a podcast, he was trying to be funny. I hope he was doing a bit, right? But it plays into the stereotype that certain ethnicities wash hygienically differently, right?
Okay.
And on his podcast, he said washcloths are for poor people.
That is an interesting take.
And the woman that he was talking with echoed that, and they both had a little funny story about that. And I was listening to it much like I was early in the year when we had the whole "do you wash behind your knees" thing. I was like, okay, this is content. Like, y'all tripping. Please don't. But much like earlier on in the year, and now I'm hearing it so much. I'm like, are y'all serious?
Right.
Like there was a bit on whatever the show Cedric the Entertainer and Tina Arner are on CBS talking about that, right? How Black people generally use washcloths and white people, or at least white people don't, on that show, right? And I was watching this and I was going, wait a minute.
This is a whole thing.
It never occurred to me that people would attempt to take showers or baths and not use a washcloth. Because culturally, cleanliness is next to godliness. The only way you can get clean in the shower is with a washcloth or a loofah.
What are you scrubbing with?
Or a loofah. Yeah, what are you agitating the dirt off of your skin with, right? But
man, what kind of showers they got? That'd be the case. I mean, what you got? The brushes that come out the sides like your car wash, and you just stand there and turn around.
Tom Segura up here talking about they don't use washcloths. Last year they was talking about they only wash their pits and their privates. Like, Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis, they were talking about their kids, how they only give them a bath like twice a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get it, kids. Yeah. Kids. I throw some bail. It's kids. But then there was like, we only shower once or twice a week as well. And and even when we do that, we only wash like our pits and our privates. Come on. I'm sorry, what? I got a question. So if you don't use washcloths, what are you washing your pits and your privates with? Does everybody have their own piece of soap?
Yeah, because the only other thing you're doing is
And
grabbing
it's-
that soap and that's the only other thing you're doing.
And how irritated must your anus be if you're putting soap in your anus? Tell me that. Really at that man. Because I'm assuming that you take soap and rub it in your hand and then take your hand and rub it all over your body in your private parts in your anus. So how irritated is your like? What do you do with an irritated anus? What do you vacuum it up? Do you moisturize your anus because you put raw soap in it? Like, seriously.
I don't know, but it is something that we need answers to. If anybody out there has an idea of what, but what's crazy enough is I read not too long ago that like some scientists were saying the same thing, essentially that naturally as humans, you don't need to wash as often. And I was like, okay, you gonna publish this study or what? Because I mean, you just talking about it does nothing for me. We need scientific evidence, but it's almost like the whole thing where you like when babies are like newborns and whatnot, they can't wash too often because it takes the moisture away from their skin and it dries them out and blah blah blah. And even living in Germany. So some people in other countries smell different because they wash a certain number of times, and it's not like every day. It's maybe twice a week, and sometimes, and then the other thing is sometimes some don't really believe in deodorant either, or they do that whole natural thing, which no.
Well, okay. Look, different cultures outside of America, I get, right? Freaking, I don't care about them. I'm not. There's no judging them. That's a different culture. Freaking in America, if you're American and you don't wash thoroughly, I don't want. Look, man.
Steven is very, very perplexed by this.
I'm not perplexed. I am. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm annoyed. Let me tell you why. Okay. People act. I understand. In America, we tend to overdo things, right? Right. I know that during the summer, I take maybe, I don't know, 2 showers a day. Why? Why? Because that's how I am. I'm not saying everybody should. I'm not even saying that you should take a shower every day if that ain't your life. That ain't how you get down. What I am saying, though, is you can't feign cleanliness. You can't feign superiority. You can't feign any of those things that are associated with that. If the best you got is, I just wash with my hands. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, that to me, I'm like, so what do you imagine going to your friend's house, like standing at your friend's house, and you're like, hey man, I need a washcloth. Where they at? Nah, man, we don't have them. Just hop in there, just grab a bar of soap. What? Huh? Yeah, no, I didn't hear you. No,
Dominic,
no.
So what you tell me is these people go to the gym, come back home, and shower with a bar of soap and only wash their pits and their privates.
Well, first off, they don't come home. They just take a shower at the gym.
Either way it go. Still though, like without a washcloth with your how you gonna do
your gel soap? Your gel soap, you're just like, all right.
Yeah, like y'all don't even like to wash on a regular basis. How are we gonna do adult activities if you wash it with your hand?
That's something there. That is definitely something there.
Miss me with the reason why there's running water in the way that it is in America right now. The reason why there's a sewer system is because there were millions of people dying for lack of cleanliness in England. And there were some brown-skinned gentlemen that brought hygiene to the world that is above freaking Spain and Rome.
Right.
It's the reason why we have running water and soap, and the reason why we generally have an idea that you wash your hands after you use the bathroom, like you bathe on the, why we don't,
speaking
and pee on the floor or in the streets. Like, there's a reason for this. Well, so tell me you don't use. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off of that.
Small tidbit. Don't ever use the McDonald's kiosks. There was a study done at some point that there was more fecal matter on those than it was in the rest of the.
That is correct.
Rest of the restaurant.
That is correct. I do that. I do that. I don't. What matter of fact, dude?
Order on the using the app.
I was on my way back from Atlanta. I stepped at McDonald's and I got what I normally get. I'm a griddle breakfast because nostalgia. Yeah. I took one bite and almost threw up. I promise you. I was like, I'm not built for this anymore. It was a $10 breakfast. I rolled the bag up.
And you chucked it on the highway.
I almost did. That lets you know how bad it is. Because anybody that knows me knows that I hate littering. Mm-hmm. Like, I got into a big argument with one of my best friends over littering. Like, he was driving in my car and he rolled the window down and threw something out of my car. And I slammed on the brakes like, you got to go get that. I don't do that. Right? But after I took that bite, I rolled that $9 breakfast up.
Yep.
And I almost chucked it out the window. Mm. Oh, it's so bad. Mm. Oh my gosh. Oh, McDonald's. Yo. I was hungry too, man. God, griddles used to be so good. They're so manufactured. It's so bad. I can't even do it.
Well, yeah. And I mean, a lot of our food is manufactured to a point to where if you look at like a lot of the preservatives that sell food, they are outlawed in every other country.
Dude. You know what I tell my kids? I'm not stopping anywhere. We go out to eat. I'm not stopping anywhere that has a drive-through window. I'm sorry. Eliminate it. I don't care what. Even Chick-fil-A, eliminate it. You do that when you're with your mother. I'm not stopping. Not happening. No.
Yeah. And so I just recently bought a food processor, right?
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, it was on sale at what was it? Sam's. And okay. I've been saying I want a food processor for the longest because it helps with the mixing of certain. Go ahead. What's that?
What do you actually do with a food processor?
I don't know. Okay. So wait. Time out. So some of the things that I want to make, like bacon jam. If you really want good bacon jam, you need a food processor. So like, there's two ways of making. There's a few ways to make bacon jam, but like some of it is okay. Yes, Steven.
Oh, what's bacon jam?
God. I knew you were going to ask that. Oh, my God. Jesus.
Listen, man, listen. Certain things are just not, ubiquitous. Hold on. Okay, I'll Google it. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
But bacon jam, you can have you can chop it yourself. Or if you put it in a food processor and chomp it up into little bits, it makes it a little bit more smoother if you're going to apply it.
Like jelly with bacon in it?
No, Steven. No. It's almost, it's very reminiscent of.
No, Steven.
No, it's not like jelly with. It's not jelly with bacon in it. It is reminiscent of almost like. I am insulted because one, you're from North Carolina, and two, you live in Texas now. You should know what bacon. Like they should have handed you a whole bottle of it by the time you got to the border. It is a barbecue thing.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead. Finish. I'm gonna collect myself.
But yes, bacon jam essentially is almost like it's almost made kind of like barbecue sauce, but not quite. But it's made with like bourbon most of the time. You add bourbon to it, and it really just
Ooh.
takes it's the salty, sweet, savory thing, and you add it to like burgers. Honestly, you can have it as just a regular dip, but it's mostly made with like onions, bacon, vinegar, honey, bourbon, and you pretty much just cook it down until it's a paste kind of, and yes.
I know why I don't know what bacon jam is.
Why is that?
Because I'm deathly afraid of having a heart attack. That's why I don't know.
You don't eat it by itself.
It looks like you're simmering bacon. It's like chopped bacon paste.
It is so good, though.
I'm not saying it's not.
It is so
what
good.
I am saying, though, is there's certain things that I try to steer
moderation.
You ever had a Luther burger?
I've wanted to make a Luther burger, but I know that I shouldn't make a Luther burger.
You eat bacon jam. You might as well.
No.
Might as well.
No, you do not put a patty with bacon on top of it between two Krispy Kreme buns with cheese.
First of all, slow your roll. That's not the recipe.
What's not?
It's a 1/4 pound patty.
No. Oh, God, no.
With 4 pieces of bacon.
No.
2 pieces of cheese. In between 2 pan-seared Krispy Kreme donuts. Ask me how I know. I've had one. I made one myself.
Why?
Because I was feeling invincible. I seen it. I was like, I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm in good health.
Worked out for the past 2 weeks.
Hey man,
all of that. Okay,
my sitting heart rate is like, I don't know, 58 beats a minute. I'm good. I'm gonna have a Luther burger. Yo.
Immediately after that, you're like, I don't think that was a good idea.
Dummy, I've had one.
Because if you have 2, inherently you just die. Like,
bruh.
Your body can only hold one in a lifetime.
First of all, your body is not ready for that level of decadence and cholesterol at the same time. Nobody's body is ready for it. Okay. Second, 2 years after having that, I convinced my doctor preemptively to let me go get, what was it? Was it a CAT scan? Whatever, the heart imaging one, did they give people that
EKG?
Yeah, no. That was not enough. No. The one that they give people that have heart attacks to find out where the blockages are.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, yeah, I got you.
I convinced my doctor to let me go get one of those preemptively. Because I was like, I was too close to the line with that freaking Luther.
I need it. Please check to see if there are any blockages.
But it is amazing. Like, don't get it twisted, but I couldn't eat it again.
Honestly, even if I made it, it would only be for YouTube purposes. I would probably take a bite out of it, but nothing more.
Dude,
nothing more.
I'm gonna send you the picture. You can be
like,
you ate that?
I couldn't. I can't even fathom eating that entire thing.
I ate the whole thing.
No, after seeing it on Boondocks, I was like, oh man. As a kid, like when I was a teenager, I probably would have ate it. But as an adult that pays his own insurance and whatnot, no, I'm not doing that. It's not happening.
Like, that was the reason why I did it. So I was like, I mean, YOLO.
Yeah, you YOLO, all right.
Like, YOLO.
After that last bite, you like, what am I doing at the pearly gates? Jesus, it was just one. Please.
Man, hold on, man. It was so good, but it was so bad. Like,
but yes, bacon jam, you have it in moderation. You add it as it's an additive, not the main course of anything.
I've done some very suspect things in my life. Looking through these photos, some very suspect things in my life. Bacon jam, I will add to the list. I promise you. I'll add bacon jam to the list. Come on, where's my Luther burger at, man?
Luther burger. The Luther. If nobody knows what we're talking about on the Boondocks, I forget which episode. What was it? It was the one where Pops had his restaurant, and he created the Luther burger.
They accuse Luther Vandross of creating a recipe for a dish. It's called the Luther burger, and the Luther burger is.
And this had to be Big Luther. Couldn't be Skinny Luther.
It was Skinny Luther. That's how you get back to Big Luther. The recipe was a 1/4-pound burger in between 4 pieces of bacon with 2 pieces of cheese in between 2 pan-seared.
I'm mad they put pan-seared to make it like, oh no.
Pan-seared, crispy cream. That's the only way you can do it. That's the only way that the donuts will hold the Luther burger. You see, I know way too much. Way too much about this.
Extremely too much. Like, you'd have to go buy a dozen and have to be like, you know what, that one looks okay. Yeah, that one's perfect. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take that one.
Actually, that's exactly what I did. That is exactly what I did. Like, I rated each donut, and I was like, you know what? These are the right ones.
You've been chosen for history.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it, but
Is that 2 of them?
Yeah, I made 2.
What is wrong with you?
That's the pan that I seared them in.
Oh, that's a good sear.
That's horrible.
Too.
Yeah,
that's a really good sear.
Yeah, no, it was. I ate one, and then my wife was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna eat mine." I was like, "I love you too much now."
You give it to your worst enemy, be like, "I made something for you."
Yeah, I ate mine. I was like, "Hey, baby, the life insurance is still good, right?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, y'all will be good."
It's like, yeah.
I'm just making sure everybody's gonna be good because the way this thing is going,
this may not work out.
May not work out. I had barbecue sauce on mine too. Oh my god, it was so good. Sweet baby rays.
Yeah. So I all that to say, I
bacon
bought
jam.
that, and I bought a food processor.
Okay. Yeah.
To give a certain texture, and one of the things that I did as soon as I bought it was I just looked at what I had in my refrigerator, and I had enough to make. I tried to make a homemade marinara sauce, which is actually pretty interesting.
Oh, okay.
So I just put everything in there and hit pulse for a while, and I came back to it. It was like, oh, okay, well, pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't have like any chips to dip it in as a sauce or anything, and I had it in my refrigerator for like a couple days. Okay. So today I went to Subway, and somehow Subway was out of all breads except for wheat, which bothers me a little bit. So they had wheat, but they also had the flatbread. So
yeah, gotta choose wheat.
Exactly.
Gotta choose wheat.
So I got home and then I stopped by Jimmy John's because I knew my daughter was not going to go for that. So I said, okay, let me go to Jimmy John's to get the bread, which is only like $1 or whatnot for a nice size piece of the whole bread. And then so I got home and took my daughter's the meat and cheese because she's real basic. She only wants turkey and cheese. So I took the cheese out of there and put it into the Jimmy John's roll or whatever, and she ate that. So then I was like, okay, curiosity, I bit the flatbread from Subway, and I was like, okay, this is giving me real flatbread stuff, which I was like, okay, well, you know what, I do have the new marinara sauce that I made, and I got mozzarella cheese. So I spread the marinara sauce all over the flatbread and top it with some mozzarella cheese, threw it in the oven. And then I also made one with like we had some leftover, well, not necessarily leftover, but we had some unopened pizza sauce, like ragu pizza sauce. It was like a small bottle.
Yeah.
So I created 2. And of course my fat son, the 12-year-old,
wow,
he eats everything. So I was like, hey man, try both of these. Which one do you like better? And without prompting him of saying which one was, he picked the natural marinara sauce that I made.
Well, and natural's always better, babe.
You know? And it was good. It was really good. And I never would have been able to do that without my food processor.
You're gonna make me get a food processor, man.
You need to get a food processor, Steve.
I just got a blender. My wife got me a blender for Christmas.
It's not a food processor.
I know. I'm coming back to the food processor, but she got me a real blender. Like the one that
make margaritas?
Dude, of course it does. That's not the point. The point is I could throw, like, if I really wanted orange juice, I can just throw oranges in there and it'll blend the whole thing.
So that's the next purchase. I'm getting a juicer.
Yo,
They're on special.
yo. There's nothing like, I've been wanting a blender that actually,
Yep.
like I threw the whole orange in, and then I just strained out the stuff I didn't want. I was like, I didn't know you could do this. This is life. So I got that. I'm gonna get the food processor and then a juicer. And then,
so I hear the best way to do it is you put like the fruit or whatever in the food processor first, and then you just let it go around for a little bit, and then after that you pour it into the juicer.
This is a 2-step process.
It can be, or you can just go straight to the juicer. But I hear it's better to go food processor than to the juicer.
Interesting.
Granted, the juicer doesn't necessarily have to work as hard, but it does still filter out all the stuff that that was in there even after you use the food processor.
Gotcha.
So yes, one way to go natural, slightly more healthier in your family's everyday life. Those 3 things: a blender, a food processor, and a juicer should be what all of us are striving to get at some point, because then you can get away from the red 40,
red dyes,
the yellow number 5s. Just go buy fruits and vegetables and drink the juice. Like, I want to make like some lemon, lime, ginger juice with some cucumbers.
Oh gosh.
Exactly.
Gosh, pineapple ginger juice. Oh my god.
Yeah. So yes, I will leave a link to the juicer that I'm going to be purchasing this week, because it is on special. I don't get anything from it. The channel does not get anything from it, but I just think it's a really good idea that we all should start off the new year with health, as healthy as possible.
Should get some affiliate marketing going on, man. You're leaving dollars on the table.
I know. It was kind of spur of the moment.
I know. We weren't even going. As a matter of fact, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Absolutely. Well, we're up on time, and next week, like, we got show notes that we were really looking forward to talk to, like the kid that Spirit sent to Puerto Rico instead of Cleveland. We're gonna talk about that next week.
Situation.
Freaking Dominique's Cybertruck crash. There's a dude that already crashed his Cybertruck. We talk about that next week.
I don't have a Cybertruck that I crashed. Best believe if I had a Cybertruck, it'd be sitting in there, sitting right outside. I'd be doing my part of the show outside, either in it or right next to it.
Oh, and Trevor Noah's most recent comedy special. Talk about that next week too.
Yeah, that'll give me a chance to catch up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Because that bit about Sweet Caroline, you're gonna love it. You're the Germany bit you're gonna love too. Particularly you're gonna love it because you have a better frame of reference than me. Okay. But at any rate, we want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. 1155 Fear the Hive podcast episodes.
Social media.
Say it again.
You're the Hive 1155 podcast on the next episode of Dragon Ball. Never mind. You don't
I gotta get into anime, man. Gosh, I gotta get into anime. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But thank you all. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep yourselves cool and wash with washcloths.
Yes, please go get them.